Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Meatsy69, and we are back with the preview of update 5.7. Now, I usually do a preview on open test, but we didn't manage to get open test access. So I did see leaks around and so on, but I didn't want to post a video until I had clarification from Wargaming as of what is changing and what is happening in update 5.7. And on the screen, the big thing is the Death Star. So I love the Death Star, but it's getting nerfed. The dispersion 0.384 to 0.431. Traverse or on hard terrain, medium terrain, and soft terrain are all getting really badly nerfed. And also, which there was rumors of the camo value getting nerfed. Even though it doesn't show it anywhere, I can confirm that the camo value, the concealment, is getting a nerf. Now, some people, or a lot of people, will be extremely happy that the Death Star is finally getting a nerf. And I love the Death Star. I'm going to say, because I love the Death Star, I'm going to say it didn't really need a nerf. For me, all it needed was a camo value nerf. That is all it needed. But it's been nerfed. It's been nerfed badly. Wargaming are listening to the players. This is what the majority of the players want. So be it. That is, it's meant to be. So next up on 5.7, we have the KV3. So at the moment, you can only research the KV3 through the KV2. But that's going to change in update 5.7. You are going to be able to research the KV3 through the KV1S. So I'm assuming the IS will be still on the KV1S and the KV3 will still be on the KV2. But also you can do that from the KV1S. Next up we have the tiers 1 to 4. Now a lot of people have been saying since 5.5 the lower tiers are terrible. All the tanks are absolutely shit. So Wargaming have listened and they are buffing them all. So decreased gun depression, reduced aim time, and increased penetration on all tanks from tiers 1 to 4. So that might make the lower tiers just a little bit better. I haven't got all the numbers, but the numbers are there if you want to go and see Blitz Hangar. They are all there. Just a few other little changes. The M48A1 pattern, there is going to be a few name changes. So the M48A1 pattern is going to be changed just to the M48 pattern. The Panzer IV is going to be changed to Tier 5 German, and it's just going to add the AUSFG at the end. So just a little change. I'm not sure why they are changing these. The Valentine is going to be called the Valentine Mark 9. Now, I wasn't actually sure what Valentine it was, so I didn't want to put a picture in case it was wrong. And the Tier 4 collectible, the T28, is going to add mod.1940 at the end. So next up, we have ammunition changes. So the tanks at the bottom of the screen are all changing in ammunition. They are upping it. So the VK 24 to 42. I'm not sure why it needs that many, but hey ho. The BT 750 to 102, so more than double for the BT. The cruiser on the tier 1 gun is going from 60 to 80. So again, not bad. I don't know if you're going to use these all. The R35 56 to 80, and the D2 is going from 50 to 72. So that is all the ammo changes. Next up in the tech tree, we have the KV4. So currently you need 53,000 experience to unlock the KV4. They are upping that to 72,000. So it's going to take you a little bit longer to unlock that KV4. The BT7, you have the engine V2. That's going from 2,550 to 1,250. So not much really in that. And then the SU100, the 85mm, is going from 15,500 to 10,000 experience to get that unlocked. Now the T1E6, if you see, I didn't notice this. In the garage, if you've got this tank, the shell price is currently 0. So it doesn't cost anything. So Wargaming are just changing that to 10 credits per shell. Might be a bug, I don't know. I've never really noticed that. Now look at all these pretty premium tanks at the bottom of the screen. You have the M4 A2. You have the Hydra. You have the KV220T. Then you have the Predator in tier 7. And then you have the Vindicator. And 2 more coming up. That's not on my list there. Which is the Anko and the Kuro Mori Mini. Now, they are all moving from premium to collectibles. Now, I can understand the Kuro. I can understand the Anko and the Predator. And the Vindicator, because they are all event tanks. But the KV220, I paid money for that tank. I paid money for the Hydro. But they are moving to collectibles. Now, more changes from the avatar. This really doesn't bother me. In the player profile, an edit button was added to the avatar icon. By tapping it, the player will be navigated to the avatar selection screen. The avatar screen now features 2 tabs, mine and all. In all these tabs, in the all tab, avatars received by the player and all other avatars available will be displayed. The avatars tab was removed from the storage, which you can see in the background. It's in the storage. All avatars were transferred to the new selection screen in the mine tab. Instead of the New Year avatars, the following New Year, new avatars will drop from bonus containers. Short Fuse, Lucky Street, Wild Rage, Combat, Helmet, Menacing Grin, Deep Track, Fighter, Eagle, Predatory, Gaze, and Pixel Tank. They are going to be your new avatars. For reaching the rating leagues, and the player will receive the corresponding temporary avatars: Gold League avatar, Premium League avatar, and Diamond League avatar. Now that doesn't bother me at all. Avatars for me at the moment, unless they are your own avatars that you made up or whatever, it really doesn't affect me. And avatars just don't bother me whatsoever. I think they're boring, and to be honest, there's not really any need for them. Now, next up we have the grill. Now, this camo is in respect for Raid in their Twister win. Just like Legion, they got their own camo on the mouse. Now, Raid have got their own camo on the grill, and it's going to be called Grill Raider. Now, I do feel kind of sorry for Raid because they don't really like this camo. I've spoken to them, they don't really like this. It has nothing to do with their clan except for the name. Where Legion has got their Legion logo, but Raid does have nothing to do with their logo on this camo. Now, also in the corner of your garage, you will see this section dedicated to Raid, and it has their famous strat in that as well. So that is really, I think, is a really good touch. Now, we have more camos. We have the Mutts coming into game, which is 1590. These have already been available, but only when you either bought the tank or they come up as a temporary offer. So you got the Mutts there coming. You got the Stinging for the Scorpion, 1,590 gold. So these are going to be available in the garage. So if you've got the tank, go to Camos and it will be there available to buy. Moving on, you've got the Skilled Camo for the IS4, 2,840 gold. And then last on the list, you have the T44 100 with the Hellfire camo, and that's coming in at 1,450 gold. Now, some people are going to like that camo, some people are going to think it's a bit in your face. I'm not too sure what to think of that camo. It is a bit in your face. Next up we have, if you look at your banners, now damage cooled banners, you have the damage caused and it adds up all your damage. The block damage, as you can see, just says blocked. In 5.7, the block damage is going to add up. It's going to add up, and just like the damage, so you no longer have to go to the replays to see how much blocked damage you have. Finally, if you got the banners turned on, that is. Now, a few other things. Wasteland map has been completely removed from the game. completely from training room everywhere. And the Normandy map, there is a couple of fixes. So it's impossible to shoot through the ship's sides. Some people might know these. I didn't know any of these. The transparent part on the plane on the Sentinel was fixed. Bug where vehicles get stuck in the plane textures was also fixed. The incorrect display on the landscapes and objects in the air was fixed. And water display was improved. And lastly, the unplanned position by the water was removed. Now, some of you might have found these bugs, or some of you might not have a clue, just like me. I didn't have a clue with any of these bugs. But if you did know these bugs, if you found some, or if they bothered you, they are all being fixed in 5.7. And we're going to move on to the last point, the last subject, which is only a bug fix, nothing special. So the bug where the player in the platoon saw the active ready button while the vehicle of their platoon mate was in battle was fixed. The bug where the quick command menu and sniper mode couldn't work incorrectly when aiming was fixed. The bug where the penetration zone of the T-22 was incorrectly highlighted in sniper mode, blah blah blah. The bug where an incorrect price was displayed in the tech tree upon selling collectibles. The bug where a limit of 30 frames per second was applied when watching the replay in the second time. The bug where a team sometimes could not enter tournament. Our room after battle. Various screens, notification description was improved, and general bugs in general. So that is it. That is update 5.7. I'm going to love to see your reactions. I'm going to love to see how the Death Star will eventually be. So if you're happy with the Death Star, let me know. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye.